Welcome everyone to this week's readings. I've chosen 3 cards for you from my Druid Animal Oracle deck. And the card for reading number 1 is Boar. And the rune that goes with this is Nothus, which is the rune of constraint. For reading number 2, we have Swan. And the rune that went with this is Rado and Journey. And for reading number 3, we have Frog, and the rune that goes with this is Isa, which is the rune of standstill. So just take a moment now to call all your energy back to yourself and just take some deep breaths and choose a card or cards that are drawing you in, and I'll see you in the readings. Welcome reading number 1. You chose the card Boar and the rune Nothus. Now, boar in this particular deck is signifying like the warrior spirit, leadership and direction. And what really drew me in was that, there's a boar path that exists in the UK, in Wales and Cornwall and Ireland, Scotland. And it's, for me, it felt like you're on this path, in the darkness right now. Nothus, this sort of constraint that you're feeling perhaps. And it's just like your chance right now is to draw on your inner strength, to work with yourself and, find your own power and your own spirit within the path that you're walking right now. And, let that wildness and the energy that's all around you help you to just feel that sort of primal power of where you are and who you are and really root deep into yourself. I feel like there's great treasures in this world that you're in right now, and you just have this opportunity to really just lean into the path you're on and where you are and what you're at. But let's see what the other cards have to say for you. Where am I going to start? Let's start with some Angel and Ancestors Oracle cards. Card for you. Let's see what the Spirit Animal Oracle have to say for us this morning. What's this morning for me, anyway, when I'm recording this. Now. Yeah, be devoted and committed. And that's like being devoted and committed to yourself right now. And the dolphin spirit, this and that are true, is always about sort of discerning what is real in your world right now. And, going with the flow that feels right for you. I just feel like this is a real time for you to, I want to say, clean up your inner world, Take these little paths and discover yourself and your inner wisdom and your inner power right now. Oops, let's see. Just one. We're just going with ones. It's just that sense of just you, one. One with yourself. We have power, totem, animal, protection. Yeah, and again, there's more of this power energy. You are protected on this journey as you sort of discover your inner wisdom. I can't pick up this deck. Here we are. I get that feeling of I feel really unsettled as I'm doing your reading. Like you might be feeling unsettled because you perhaps fear this journey you're on, or fear sort of taking a look at your inner wisdom or your inner path. And I think you are protected, and I feel this card is here to tell you to really discern what is true. Like I've already said, you really need to listen to your heart and your soul, and not what your mind is telling you about what you're doing or where you're at. I'll get 2 from this one. Oh yes. wisdom. Owl always signifies wisdom, inner wisdom. It's that sort of looking beyond the layers. And then we have mystical shaman. Really interesting as well with this deck in particular, with the owl. Its message is about, noticing the hidden messages, the details, the path you're on within, seeing all the details around you and observe them without judging. So it's observing all the parts of yourself, that this and that are true, observing all those parts that are coming through. And remember that things that you don't like are often mirrors to parts of you that you just don't want to recognize or acknowledge that are there. So like this, I think the unsettledness is you're perhaps afraid of this truth, but the truth of how you're feeling, who you are, your own inner wisdom is your compass. It will guide you in your journey and in your future. But you're not going to be able to make any more progress, more deeply in your life until you take this inner journey. And the mystical shaman is much more about sort of creating your dreams and acting on inspiration without fixating on it needing to happen a certain way or needing for things to be exactly as you want them, and I think that's the important thing. This and that are true is sort of allowing what unfolds in your own inner wisdom to come through so that you can see it and see the truth of it all, and not letting your mind create stories that aren't true about it all, It's also about moving forwards from the past, releasing the past. I see this sort of ghost face here being freed, and it's like letting the ghost, the past go. So in this inner journey, you're kind of shedding all the things that have been holding you back from progressing forwards with your life in a more connected and beautiful way. So it's like, stepping into your future when you hold your past and acknowledge it and see the inner wisdom from it all. It's also, the mystical shaman's a real omen of, a sign that your life is going to manifest in a way that you would never even have dreamed of. Your wildest dreams. There's a lot of wild energy in here. I feel like there's this great dream that you don't even know really exists. It's beyond what you currently believe could ever happen, and it's just like at this point you just get this chance to work with your own inner wisdom and clear things out your way so that you can manifest this amazing future out in front of you. Let's see what the hummingbirds have to say about this. Oh, they're chatty hummingbirds today. Wasn't expecting that. I thought, I'm probably going to have a hole in the cards, but nope, they're coming. Yeah, mother's love. You are being wrapped in loving wings of comfort and protection. Again, protection, below the protection. So, this fear of doing it, do it. I forgot to say as well, the real sense of the past thing is this 39, 38, like you're going backwards. Sometimes you go backwards to move forwards. That was like the countdown numbers, just I felt that sense. So yeah, you're being protected, you're loved, you're healing by taking this step into the wild boar paths of your inner wisdom. Then we have pollination. Pay attention to new thoughts and ideas, as they are seeds that will soon blossom into fulfilling opportunities and projects. So this is this like, I really see the hummingbird coming out of the egg here, renew, starting anew, starting afresh because you've released. And then we have synergy. Your heart and your dreams blossom through fulfilling symbiotic partnerships. So interestingly, this reading has felt very much like you're taking this path on your own, which you are. You're guided and protected by unseen energies that you maybe can't perceive. but you are taking this inner path to release things that aren't helping you. And when you come through it and just be fully aware of who you are, what's been in your past, so that you can release it. And it's like, I think sometimes we get so hooked on when we have to let it go, but actually just by acknowledging it, looking at it, seeing it, feeling it without judgment, observing what has been and what is, that's how we move forwards and through. And then, symbiotic partnerships. I think your relationships with yourself, with other people, with animals in your life is going to be so much more in sync and balance and harmony, because you will feel more in sync, balance and harmony than you've felt before. I'm going to bring in the Wildwood Tarot cards today because I really love this deck and I haven't used them much here. So let's see what they have to say for you. Guidance for pile number 1. This boar energy. How are they going to feel? How are they going to move forward? That will do it for just now. Let's have a look at what we've got. Oh, as I move all the cards out the way. There we are. Oh, yes. What a brilliant card. I think I might read from the book if this is, and I think if I remember how well this is written. The Wanderer is, in traditional tarots, I want to say the Fool. Pretty sure it's the Fool. I love the artwork on these. But the Wanderer, let me have a look in the book. Give me a second to get it for you. It really is brilliant because this card just kind of encompasses your whole reading right now. It's very much about setting burdens aside, whether you pick them up and take them along or you leave them behind. Like I said, you observe them, know they're there, and you acknowledge them, and that's fine. And with doing that, they're no longer something that are unseen and a burden to you, or you leave them behind, and it's that idea of the Wanderer is both an end and a beginning, and I think this is where you are, and this is the scary bit. Is an end can feel very scary because it's the new beginning, the new birth can feel scary moving into a new energy, and I think you're just at this point where you get this opportunity to move this energy forwards. So one journey has already come full circle, and as you distill your life experience into sacred memory and put the past and its burdens to rest, the future waits patiently for you to make the first move. And that's definitely a sense I get with your reading. Let's see what the other cards. Oh, the Ancestor. And we have Celebration, Rebirth. This is interesting. Adder. And Hearthfire. Oh, these are going very nicely together. Again, I've delved into the book for the Ancestor because I feel it's always written so well within this deck. I love the way things are written. So, you have made the leap and started a new cycle. Your instinctive spirit has felt it necessary to lead you to the gateway and a new path. You may have been reluctant or concerned at first, but whether you realise it or not, a shift has occurred. You may feel wary of the unknown denizens that await you in the forest, but the ancient ancestor within you will guide and reassure you as you relearn and greet new experiences on the path. Trust your inner voice, listen to your own instinctive and inquisitive nature. Your own inner ancestor is strong, patient and wise. Let them lead you into the forest with new eyes and a joyful heart. So like I said before, be careful what you're focusing on. And this adder here, this King of Bows, adders are quite often like fight, and people think it's a mating thing, but actually quite often when they're tangled together it's because they're fighting and arguing. And I think, at this point, this adder card is showing you to be cautious of any internal struggles that you are not dealing with and unknotting and releasing. So that's, within this little journey here, and this next step forward is this opportunity for you to untangle and release, because you've seen it, because you understand it, And then there's this great sense of celebration. Four of Bows is the Four of Wands. A great celebratory thing as I think it's like you decide to take that step forward, and you have this rebirth. This is Eight of Cups, Eight of Vessels. The cups are forever filling into the flow of life. Your cup is overflowing with the love and the rebirth and the excitement and the flow of life. And then we have Hearthfire, Eight of Bows, which is the Eight of Wands, which is much more about this action and movement that you get to take now. Let's see if there's any more cards for you to come through. But I feel like, oh, here we are. Yeah, I feel like the doubts, the insecurities, the Seven of Arrows, you're just feeling a bit bedazzled by it all. But just know that you get to step into the flow, be wise and strong, even though you feel small and scared. You might feel frustrated, because it feels like you've got to do things a certain way, but actually it's all there in front of you when you actually step into your own power. You step into this path. You get to step into this path that's in front of you right now. And I think that the longer you stay holding yourself back, the more knotted you're going to get. And the more you're going to feel this frustration and insecurity, because you're just not taking the step that's there right in front of you. This step that feels like it's into the unknown, but look how magical it is. It's over the rainbow, You get to shed what's scaring you and holding you back, releasing the past and freeing yourself so that you can step forwards into your new future, into your ecstasy. Five of Vessels, just Five of Cups. It's just like, look at you. You're taking that step, and I feel like you're so supported by the universe. I see all the stars, and you are just guided by the light within you. Reading number 1. What beautiful reading. Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome, reading number 2. You chose the card Swan, and the rune is Rado, which is the rune of journey. I don't know why I forgot that for a second. And it's a really interesting energy, because when I chose Rado journey, when I was initially laying out the cards, I was just like, oh, yep, stepping onto your journey. And the Swan is very much about, brings like qualities of the soul, so love, depth, grace, and beauty. But so it's almost like it feels a little bit like a partnership, yet the journey is very much about your own journey. And then I realised that the sense I was getting was swans are more connected to, they're on the threshold, they can connect with the other world. And the other world is somewhere where you can journey to discover more about yourself. And so I realised that it's really, the sense I get from this is your opportunity to take a journey to connect with your higher self, your true self. So you have yourself that I feel is like a lowercase s, that's just the person who is living their life with their normal lives, their material things that are going on and everything that's going on around you. And then you have your higher self, your deeper soul connection, that sometimes in times of trauma and difficulty and challenge, we can become disconnected with our higher self. And I really feel like this card and rune combo is really inviting you to take this journey back to yourself, and by self, the capital S, self, your own true soul, love, and self. And also the sense of there are, ancestors, people, family in the other world, who are connecting to you right now and giving you messages as well. There's that deeper sense. I really feel like for me, it was Bria that was coming through to connect more with the love and sort of receiving the love that you don't get in the same way when they're not physically here. So yeah, there was that kind of connection as well. Let's see what the other cards have to say for you. And just to confirm the sort of other world, we have crows cawing really loudly. I don't know if you can hear them. And crows are very connected again with a deeper other world and the truth of what's behind what you can't always see. We have the Time Master. And this card. You can't make this up, can you? And the crow. Yep, the crow definitely have a message for you. They started cawing the minute I set up your card and your rune, and I was just sensing into your reading, and these guys just started cawing immediately. They haven't been here all morning till right at that point. So yeah, crow has a very important message for you. So like I said before, the crow is very much about truth. And in this deck, you know, the sense behind the crow is, you know, finding the congruence between who we say we are and who we really know ourselves to be. So that's the lowercase s self and the highercase s self. You know, that's what I feel. It's like self and self. I feel like perhaps you're living in two worlds. So you've got yourself that's just living like I said, and then you've got your higher self that knows the deeper truth and wisdom of who you are. And this is more about using that truth to reconnect and set yourself free. You know, let the truth of who you really are set yourself free. And these crows are really, really telling you this is important. Like, they are screaming at me right now how important it is for you to set yourself free from whatever constraint that you've put in that makes you feel like you are not important, like who you really are should be hidden and protected from the world. And I think the best way to protect yourself, and something that I've learned is the best way to protect yourself is be yourself, your true self. Because yeah, not everyone's going to like you, but at least you will feel congruent to yourself and true to yourself as you live your life. And that's more important than being liked. Let's see what the other cards have to say to you. It's interesting. I was just noticing with the Time Master here, we have the infinity symbol, and we also have another rune here, which is Dagaz, which is the rune of breakthrough. It always makes me think of butterfly, you know, the transformation. And so within this Time Master card is this, I feel like you're going through an evolution, you know. There's a step in your journey at this point, and where, you know, the time that's gone before is gone before, and you have this opportunity to move forwards in a whole new way. Oops. Definitely you. Was it you? No, it's you. These crows are so funny. Grow within your current situation. The owl of wisdom and shed old skin, snake, wise one. We have a crow. Yeah. So your current situation is your materialistic real life that you're living right now. You know, all the things that are palpable and feel real and are right in front of you that you can physically interact and be with. And I feel like you have this opportunity to shed anything that makes you think that you just live like this in this current physical world. I think there's a deeper sense of connection to your own inner being, your own soul being, your own higher self. So it's just like, and these seem like big, grandiose words, but all it is that little quiet voice, that whisper, that sense, the intuitive guidance that perhaps you squash down sometimes because it doesn't fit in with the world that you are actually living. You have this, I feel like a lot of sadness emotion come through there, like perhaps that has created sadness in your soul, you know. So if you're feeling a lot of sadness about your life and yourself, it's just because you're not really letting that inner guidance, your inner soul, be here and be present and allow it to sort of communicate with you, you know? And you have this opportunity to take this new journey at this time with the truth of who you really are. Notice I'm making the triangle there. The truth, that's a very power thing. When I do healing sessions, I don't know if you can see the whole triangle there, but when I do healing sessions, when I hold my hands like that, the power of energy that flows through me in that symbol. So it's like calling on your inner power, your inner guidance that's whispering to you, but you're squashing down just because of your world that you're in. So grow beyond this. The cards are really asking you to grow beyond this, to shed this sense of duty of who you are, because you're more than that. Reclaim your power. Yes. I don't need to say it any better. Like this card has said it better than I've said it the whole time. Reclaim your power, your inner wisdom, your inner power. Most definitely. Let's see what these cards have to say. Spirit plate offering. Let's have a look. Interesting. I felt the sense like I needed to read the book on this card. I don't always read the book. I like to get my own sense from the card itself because it's more relatable to the exact reading that we're doing. But this one's message was, if you've been drawn to this card today, it might correspond with an important date in your life. Perhaps you've just had a graduation, celebrated birthday, or there's a recent anniversary coming up connected to a loved one in spirit. Whichever the case, remember to invite and include your loved one in the spirit world to the celebration. So it may not be a celebration. I don't get the sense that it needs to be a specific date or celebration. But like I said before, the swan, and I said that I felt like Bria was coming through. I feel like perhaps for you too, there is someone in the other world, in the spirit world, who is connecting to you with a deep sense of love and are here to help you to really feel into yourself some more and guide you. And, to invite them in and to understand them more. I feel like there's a little ceremony or a bit of time that you can set aside to even just have a picture of them if you've got a sense of who they are, and just look at that picture and just sit with the energy for a bit. And the sadness, it can feel a little bit sad doing that, it can feel hard doing that, but I feel like they're trying to connect with you, and this connecting with your deeper inner sense and inner being will allow you to hear the message that's coming through. And I know it's going to be a message of love and support. And encouragement for you to just keep reclaiming your power to really step into who you really are. It's an interesting message, and it's already come through, but it's really been confirmed there by this card. And perhaps it's going out in nature will allow you to connect. A special place that means something to you or them. Yeah, your heart and your dreams blossom through fulfilling symbiotic partnerships. This synergy, I feel like that synergy is that connection with that person person or animal, who is trying to connect in with you. We have mother's love. You're being wrapped in loving wings of comfort and protection. So it could be your mother if you've lost your mother, but it also could be any spirit being that has shown you that love, especially with animals, they show you that unconditional love like a mother does. So yeah, I just feel like there's someone trying to connect with you, and all you need to do to connect with them, it's like you don't do, just go somewhere and think of them and sit quietly. Like you just need to stop being busy in your material world, and they'll come through with so much guidance. Oh, quite an emotional reading coming through for you, reading number 2. Let's see what we've got here with the Wildwood Tarot. That's weird. I had a sense like I hadn't pressed record there. We have this one. Oh, these two. Those two. That one. Interesting, they came out in twos. that it? I feel like there was one more card trying to come through for just now. Let's have a look, see what we've got. Okay. We have the Woodward, which I'm having a mental blank while I try and remember which this is on a normal tarot. I remember now. The Woodward is actually justice, which is a lot about balance as much as anything else. And it's I love the imagery in this card. It's a really interesting imagery compared to what you see in other cards, and it really plays into your story here that's coming through, your message that's coming through. It's about rebalancing your life. Like I was saying, you have been living a lot in the physical here and now materialistic world and not reclaiming your power and connecting with the deeper inner sense of who you are. And with the Justice card, it can, signify that you've been going through quite a lot of challenges or a big challenge at the moment. And the thing about this card is encouraging you to find your own inner strength, your own inner power. The point where you don't retreat, but you actually move forwards with like this quiet inner sense of knowing and confidence in yourself. And that's what this card is trying to show you. Interestingly, the next card is struggle, 8 of arrows. So there's definitely a challenge within your life right now. This really confirms it for me. And yeah, you have this opportunity to move through this person here is struggling but still moving forwards, and you have the opportunity to draw within your own power. Then we have King of Vessels, Heron. And with this card, there's that sense of, being here waiting for the fish, but the heron never doubts it's going to catch. It just stands still and waits. And I feel like, when you're struggling against things, if you're moving too much, you don't allow that standstill to connect in and feel yourself. Also, it's like, what does it say in the book? I can't remember now. You have that ability to go deep within you and draw something from within you. And I feel like the next card, the King of Stones with the wolf, sometimes you feel like you're this lone wolf, but the wolves are such a connected animal with their, everything that's around you. And these are very powerful cards, the King of Vessels and the King of Stones. It's like you have the power within you, and I can't help but see that it's the great individual here, that you have your power within you to move through this struggle that you're going through. When you draw it from yourself, and howl at the moon and really feel that strength. And I always remember with this card, because it came through to me, is they talk about the wolf as what was it? Is seen as the guardian of the dead on their journey through the night to the other world. So it's like quite a powerful, strong card here that encourages sort of steadfastness and strength in your own self. Then we have the Lovers. And I feel like this is just about this deeper connection, and it can be, a connection with yourself as well. This is symbolized here with hand fasting. As a ceremony that's like a marriage, but it's hand fasting. The souls are connected forever, and I feel like this really links back to the swans. I talked about the swans of love and partnership, and here it is again here. And it's just like understanding the deeper sense of love and feeling that love, and this spirit being, whoever it is that is connecting in with you, has so much love to share with you when you open your heart to it and allow that love to be felt. And it's almost like you'll feel the energy just curling around your heart with that sense of protection and love. And then we have the seer. And the seer is the magician in an ordinary tarot deck. And I love this sense of deep connection to the earth, to the water, to everything around her. So this person that you are is deeply connected and grounded and rooted in yourself and everything that's going on around you. It's just that perhaps you've got a little bit lost along the way and it sort of lost that connection. And this is just encouraging you to really feel into that connection some more. Let's see what the cards have to share for you. It just feels like you're on quite a complex little journey right now, and it can feel a little overwhelming, that's for sure. But I just feel like there's so much coming through and guidance and those crows, coming through, that you are divinely guided during this journey from yourself to your higher self, to your inner soul, reclaiming your own power. Is there another card here? There's two. Yeah, we have rebirth and the journey. The journey is like the death card in a normal tarot, and death always is very scary, but actually the death card is all about rebirth. And then you also have the card Age of Vessels, which is rebirth as well in this deck. So just confirming rebirth. We can't help but notice that the crows are back. So just, it's a lot about stepping into flow with yourself, filling your own cup, finding your own source of power, shedding anything that is not serving you, taking that moment to connect in with something deeper or someone deeper that is around you as well. So you've got your own soul that you get to connect into, and I feel like someone in the spirit world is trying to come through with more truth to you. The crows were very sure about that message. And you just have that opportunity to sit still and feel it and listen to it. Like I said, perhaps going out in nature might help you to have that sense of connection. And don't squash down your own inner wisdom and intuitiveness that's coming through to you right now. There's whispers, there's pictures, there's ideas, there's thoughts. Let them come through. Don't be afraid of that. It's your own guidance talking to you, and the guidance from those around you who you can't always see, but you maybe can feel. And you have this opportunity to really connect in with this and feel it some more. So what an interesting reading number 2. Just so many energies around you, and just know that you're deeply supported as you make this journey. The journey came through beginning and end, so you're on a wee journey, and just allow what happens to happen instead of trying to control it in a way that isn't helpful, or sort of not allowing it to happen as well can make it feel very unbalanced for you. So reading number 2, this is your reading. Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome, reading number 3. You chose the card Frog, and the rune is Isa, which is the rune of standstill. And the immediate sense I got was that because the frog is about sensitivity, medicine, and hidden beauty and power, and it's very much about inner healing journey. So it feels like you're going through a time where you can draw on the healing power of nature. The frog will lead you to this healing spring, and standstill is like this time of withdrawal where you spend some time working on you. So the standstill may feel a little bit scary, but it's actually just giving you time to draw a breath, to help yourself to heal and feel better. But let's see what the other cards have to say for you today. I feel there's quite a sense of, there's very emotions, a lot of emotions coming through, but also a sense of lightening of your heart as you step into this healing journey. Yep, we have the lower world and the gatherer. So the lower world is about stepping into, the lower world is where all the ancestors are. So it's stepping into this and letting go of anything that's been holding you back in the past. So this is part of your healing journey. I notice the heart here. This healing journey, I feel a lot of softness around you. I feel like my voice has gone soft. But it feels like there's a lot of raw emotions coming up due to past experiences and things that have gone on, and you have this opportunity to go into the lower world. Interesting, I'm losing my voice as well, so that's like, there's no reason for me to lose my voice, but I feel like perhaps maybe feel like you've lost your voice or you're not being heard, and that's because you are in this healing journey, and you're not to step out and be seen and be, loud. I want to say voluptuous, which is the craziest word, but it's just like, you're not meant to be loud right now. You're gathering all of the things that you have harvested and grown for yourself. You're gathering all your strengths together, and that's the opportunity you have right now in this healing journey, is to gather your strength together. Let's see what the other cards have to say for you. Like softness, like soft spring water, Let's see. The card is in here. I can feel it, but it keeps missing. Was it you? Yeah, it's you. This one came through twice. Okay. Yeah, trust and thrive. Stag. Stags as well are a symbol of protection and strength. Trust and thrive. So I just feel you need to trust your own wisdom to allow yourself to step forwards and thrive in your life right now. There's no stepping forwards right now. It's stepping forwards in this healing journey, but trust the journey, trust the experience you're going to have as you are healing and moving forwards with that journey. Trust the great mystery. There's a lot of trust. So if you've been having issues with trusting where you're at and what's going on, now's the time to do it. Standstill can feel really scary and overwhelming, and it can feel a little bit like you're stuck. But these cards are really telling you that you have this opportunity to heal past problems, past traumas, past challenges that have come through, and really draw in your own power. And you just need to trust this part of what's going on in your life. Life is a mystery. I forgot to say, the frog as well wants you to invite you to bring some joy into your life, bouncing around. I just feel like that doing, bring some joy in while you're on this journey. Feels like there was two from this. Here we are. Interesting. The offering card came out in reading number 2. So pretty sure it's reading number 2. If you have a sense that was a message for you in there, it might be there as well. So have a look in that reading. So we have passion. Yeah, this is like the gathering all your energies together, all your passion, all your energy, connecting in with your heart. The offering, interestingly, with this deck is about connecting to your spirit world as well, and creating that sacred ritual of an offering so you can make the connection to your spirit. So I don't know, I feel like there's a sense you get to step out in nature as well, and there might be extra guidance coming from other beings in the other world to guide you. People who have transitioned, animals that have transitioned, they might be coming through with messages for you. So if you spend that time having that little ritual time to actually connect in, you might hear some messages. And quite often when we're struggling on that standstill of a healing journey, quite often that's when we can hear our spirit team, our ancestors, our animals, those who are there to guide us more easily, just because of the state that we are in within our physical being as well as our energy being. We have bird bath, cleanse your dusty wings so you can fly more freely, and a gentle touch, like the softness of a feather brushing your skin, be sweet and kind to yourself and others. And I did say something about the soft energy, I think, earlier in this reading, and I just feel like within this healing journey, be kind to yourself. Stop feeling like you need to push through because it feels hard to slow down and stop and nourish yourself. But the cards are really telling you to just help yourself, clear yourself, clean the energy, Clean what's gone before. Free yourself from that feeling of burden. It feels like a burden that's been hanging over you from past experience and trauma. Let's see what the tarot had to say. We're using the Wildwood Tarot today, which I love, but sometimes I don't always get the messages, so I have to look at the book. So we'll see what we get. Oh, I instantly wanted to turn this over, which I don't usually do, so here we are. Ace of Stones, which is the Ace of Pentacles, the foundation of life. Yes. Woo. Knight of Stones, Horse. This is what you're trying to do. You know, resisting the healing journey. I see it with this card, you know. So we've got the Ace of Stones and the Knight of Stones. It's the Ace of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles. I feel very much like you're trying to move forwards and it's just like creating more turmoil within you, because you shouldn't be trying to move forwards right now in the way that you are. You are needing to heal and feel better before you can make that step forwards. Wow, these cards are really coming out for you. Let's see. I feel excitement. You know, I feel now you know what is going on with you. You know, I feel like this has enlightened you that you're on a healing journey and this is the time for you to heal. That you are, that's funny than the next card, that you have this excitement at knowing that where you're at is not as scary as where you thought it was. We have 5 of Vessels, which is the 5 of Cups, ecstasy. You know, that whereas the horse is jumping around and it looks like to me in distress, this is a connected dance. Yeah, you may be feeling frustrated by this standstill. Interestingly, I think both these cards came out in the last reading, I think, reading number 2. It's so hard to tell. It's also channeled, it becomes a blur because I don't really know what I'm saying. I'm just hearing it and saying it. We have the King of Stones. So that's the King of Pentacles. Interesting. It's such a like Ace, Knight, 5, and King. Yeah, so I just feel like you're getting frustrated and you feel like you're getting beaten down, but actually this is your opportunity to grow from within and heal and feel your own inner passion and light. You know, you feel a bit like a lone wolf, but the King of Stones is, you know, drawing on your own inner power. Oh, this came out as well in reading number 2, I think. Oh, I put it upside down. King. So you've got King of Stones, you've got King of Vessels, which is the King of Cups. Again, taking your time. Like, herons will stand still for hours. They, like, part of their life is standing still and looking into the water and waiting for the right feeling and opportunity for the fish to come. So instead of striving forwards, the fish will come to you as you heal and stand still. Oh my goodness. I love it because I said the softness, and here's this little fawn. 4 of Stones, which is 4 of Pentacles. You are protected right now. Look at these cards. So similar. You are protected. In case you didn't know it, you're protected. So you are in a real safe place to heal right now. Stop trying to break out of it. You know, that's what's causing you frustration. Stop trying to break out of it, because that's not going to help you and that's not going to get you through this step in your journey. You are healing. The cards are telling you, you are healing. You're in this protective circle of stones. You are healing. You are being guided. And your opportunity is just to be with that and be with how you feel and allow things to unfold in front of you and enjoy that deeper connection with yourself and the healing that is coming to you right now and flowing through you right now. Then we have the wheel. And I feel like the wheel is like weaving a new you together on the new dawn and the new day. You know, this card is split, which I've never noticed before, is split with night and day. I don't know if you can see this, but in the background there's 3 herons there as well. So, in the night, in this darkness, in the healing part of your life, you're standing still and you're feeling trapped in that darkness. But within the night, you learn so much, and then the day will come, the light will come, the passion will come. When you allow this part of your journey, this part of the wheel to turn, the wheel always turns. So standstill can feel like you're just never going to get out of where you are or how you're feeling. But when you allow yourself to actually heal and go with the flow of what's happening within you and around you right now, that's when the wheel will really turn in front of you and flow, and you'll step into the new day. Reading number 3. This is your reading. Thank you so much for joining me.